Hey everyone, and welcome back to Raw Dogs.
Hello.
Hi.
And I'm Buchanan. Do your Penelo, Dylan.
I'm fucking over it. Shut up.
You need to understand the political ramifications of everything that's happening around.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's a really good Andor.
I know. That's why I love him so much.
It's that kind of mouthy thing.
Yes.
Balthier. Where
You will have all my available assets.
You scratched my CD, Balthier, and I will never forgive you.
It just keeps skipping.
And of course, I'm the leading man.
This stone hurts.
Won't even load anymore.
Hey, guys, I have a glowing stone. Is this it? Vaughn. You brought the dust shard here, Vaughn?
You rascal.
All this way.
Hey, everyone. We're talking about Final Fantasy XII. We're finishing our discussion here.
Can we not talk about Vaughn throughout the entirety of this episode?
So, Vaughn.
That's fine.
Tell me more about him.
I will say, in the last episode, it took us to the end of Dreadnought Leviathan. This whole section of the game up to there, I think has a really good pacing. I think the story works wonderfully. It's logical. Penelo is a plot device more than a character. She was kidnapped, so that is something. But I think it's got a real brisk pace, and the way everyone comes together, I think works
naturally.
really well.
Yeah.
It's very natural how they all meet up.
I like how it flows. It's a shame that at this point, Vaughn's character has topped out. Penelo's non-existent character remains non-existent, but at this point, Ash needs to prove who she is, and then they know that the only way to do this is to prove her lineage, because right now she's just somebody saying that she's a dead princess, and this happens, I'm sure, many times throughout history.
It's kind of weird, though, because you could look at her.
And be
It's
like,
been
yeah,
2
that's her.
years.
Yeah. Because
It's
obviously
not her
people
pretending to be Princess Anastasia like 40 years later.
This does happen, though. I mean,
It does.
People can look similar enough, and if they have, a certain ring or something, that's all it would take. This happens a lot in like the Song of Ice and Fire books.
Yeah.
I imagine it must have happened in history. I remember as a kid when they were talking about when Jesus died, and then like 7 days later, some dude showed up and said it was Jesus again, but he looked different. I'm like, I think it was a different guy.
maybe it was a different guy.
Could it have been a different guy?
Yeah.
Just saying it? And they're like, shut up.
I saw him. I know what I saw.
It's not a whale. It's a fish. They said it was a fish. It was a big fish.
This 14-year-old shows up. He's like, I'm Captain Jesus of
Von Rossenberg.
of Jerusalem. Yes. Bujerba, we have a secret meeting with the Marquis. Ash wants to expand the resistance and create a force strong enough to reclaim Dalmasca. Andor, actually, Ash's uncle, points out you can't do this. They need Balthier's aid in retrieving proof through the Dawn Shard, which is buried in the tomb of Wraithwall.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden. I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
I'll fight alone if I must.
You still have Bosch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty. What do you think? A bit over the top?
In my line of work, you never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm leaving you with the Marquis.
You can't.
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead. You're a sky pirate, aren't you? Then steal me. Is that so much to ask?
What do you have that I would want?
The Dynast King's treasure. The Dawn Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
King Wraithwall, you say?
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense. It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is the price on your head these days, I wonder?
Allow me to escort you in Vosla's place.
Will you be joining us?
What? Are you kidding? I don't want to stick around this place.
Then I'm coming too.
Penelo?
Don't leave me here.
Of course not.
Then it's settled. We should leave before the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
This part's cool.
Yeah. First real big, hard,
It's a big quest.
hard boss.
Yeah.
This is also our first big experience with, we can't fly there because it's over a yacht, which a yacht has large amounts of ambient mist. So
It'll disrupt the airships.
yeah, cool. I like that contrivance enough, and it's a good excuse.
It's a very good contrivance. And sometimes
I would say that's a lot of plot devices. It's like, well, we can't just fly there, so we got to walk it all the way there.
Well, what else would they?
It makes sense. It makes sense in a lot of instances, especially like at the end where they're like, well, we can't fly to this city because like it's surrounded by military and we can't go by sea. It's surrounded by the Navy, so we just got to kind of like walk it.
It's kind of like people who bitch about the eagles in Lord of the Rings.
Why couldn't they just fly there?
Because we wanted them to have trials and tribulations
an
and
adventure.
character development.
But it's also they could have gotten shot down if the army wasn't distracted.
They have flying beasts.
Yes, they do. If the Nazgul weren't already fighting, then this is what I've told people a million times. It's
Yeah.
I think it's great though. This is our first section though where we have to pass through multiple locations to get to where we're going. We go through the Ogre Yensa Sansi and the Nam Yensa Sansi. Vossler just runs up to the party at some point. He's like, hey, guys, I promise I'm cool.
I want to prove myself.
And we let him join us. And we meet some of the Uraton Yensas. They are not Tusken Raiders or Jawas. But we do get to the tomb of King Wraithwall. Inside, one of my favorite Final Fantasy bosses shows up immediately, the Demon Wall.
I love the Demon Wall.
Fuck yes.
First appearance, Final Fantasy IV.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think every Final Fantasy game should
Have a Demon Wall.
at least one, but hopefully two. I like the concept too that you can run away from the first one and you run into another demon wall.
It's so cool.
Give it to me, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Tomb of King Wraithwall is our first sizable dungeon. It's multifaceted. There's like the giant east wing, the giant west wing, and then there's that giant statue with the sword in the middle.
Don't you just love a big ass dungeon?
Yeah.
I like this big ass dungeon. I don't love all
prefer
big
this
ass
one,
dungeons.
Yeah. Some are a bit too long, but yeah.
Yeah. We run into the Esper Bellius. This is our first Esper we're going to run into. I didn't write down lore for all of them because it would be tedious, but
Yeah, that'd be annoying.
Bellius is considered a mistake upon his making, and receiving not his intended role, the Gigas challenged the gods and lost. I'm already on his side. Anyone who challenges the gods.
Yep.
Scorned by his masters, he found another Wraithwall, whose tomb he swore to protect for eternity.
I
Well,
love that.
It's all good.
Fucking
you got to
rules.
do something with your life.
The Espers were made by the gods in ancient times. A group of Espers challenged the gods and were struck down. Their souls and flesh were bound with the glyph of the beast. So the glyphs that pop up when you defeat them, that symbol controls them. It's like kind of their power is limited by those sigils.
Kind of prisons.
And
And they're all based on like astrological constellations, right? Like that was kind of the impetus behind it,
Yep.
behind their creations.
It's very funny because all of the regular summon names are names of ships in this.
Yeah.
because if you didn't have Shiva in a Final Fantasy game, it would feel wrong, right?
Oh, right. Or the Ramu.
We're missing
or the
Ifrit.
Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Bahamut,
yeah.
Bahamut.
And I actually really like that they came up
Fat
with new
Chocobo.
ones.
They're on the Fat Chocobo airship. Who named it that?
Me.
Old Dylan.
Oh,
I did it. It was fun.
Yes,
I'll come back to you.
So when
Okay,
you
you.
summon Espers, all of the party disappears other than the summoner,
Which is a good choice. I don't think the frames would have been able to keep up with.
back in the day. They could now.
Now they could. Kind of. Final Fantasy 16 kind of proves that wrong, but
Did you guys summon a lot of Espers?
No.
I did for the visual of it.
But not because you needed to.
No.
They're not powerful.
I would forget that I would have them. And then the times that I did use them, I'm like, well, that was underwhelming.
There are some that are pretty good,
Yeah.
but
You can actually
in
control
specific
them.
situations. Yeah,
In the Zodiac Age. In the original, they did what they wanted.
that
Yeah.
sucks though. Yeah,
And in the original, they lasted 90 seconds, and they can end sooner potentially. But in the Zodiac Age, you have them for 250 seconds, can directly control them, and if they're still around, they do their big finale.
Big finale, yeah.
I never summoned ever, other than when I needed to for that one story moment.
I would summon everyone at least once, just to see what it was like. I think the coolest part about Final Fantasy is summoning.
Yeah.
I would probably be a summoner class if I were in the Final Fantasy universe. I just think it's so rad to have these like packs with these beasts, and then they show up and you kind of order them around.
You're talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, essentially.
Not too different.
It's not too different, but it also...
Yes, I choose you.
Except Jinx could take on any Esper.
Well, there was supposed to be a Mega Jinx, as we remember.
I have a lot of fan art that I've done.
Yeah, it's a little pedestrian, but I think if you keep working on it...
I'm a big fan.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm aware. That purple... You call her your purple lady.
Yes. Carly won't wear the outfit.
It's mostly the paint thing that's her problem.
Step on my throat.
We get the second job unlocked on the license board, so you can start subclassing. It's
Subclassing
fine.
is important.
It's good. Yep.
Healing spells with a knight.
I think that this is a great iteration of the jobs and the combat, but also if you don't really want to fuck with barely any of it, you can just attack when health drops below this. Somebody uses a potion or does a cure. If status effect, remedy.
At a certain point, a lot of the consumables become plentiful.
Yeah. It gets to a point where for me, when I would set up my gambits, I would never set up like, when health drops below, I wouldn't do cure or curaga or anything like that. I think occasionally I would, like if party level drops below a certain level, I would just use potions and high potions.
Yep.
Because in combat, like those work so quick. Like you can
they work quicker than the spell.
Than the spells do. Because there's like 4 or 5 seconds like where the spell needs to be cast with.
Yeah.
Whereas with like potions and high potions, it's just right away instant.
But there's a bigger recovery time too. After the item is used, your character does take another second to get through it.
Yeah.
But
I preferred using consumables. I did have this round Penelo not be the white mage. I made Ash the white mage.
it just makes sense, right?
Kind of, I mean, like...
Balthier is not a white mage. Bosch is not a white mage.
Definitely not, yeah.
You kind of always have your summoner just assumed to be the white mage.
That's another class I would probably be in.
Isn't that kind of funny how it's like the mages are always relegated to the female characters, especially like the white mages? I think that's always been the Final Fantasy universe. It's just
in
like
Final Fantasy XIV, my character, Malbec, he was a white mage and he was a cat guy.
cool.
I will say the summoner in Final Fantasy Tactics has the coolest male summoner look in all of Final Fantasy.
It's
that
dope.
green robe with the red horn.
Yes.
Like that dude walks in, I'm like, that guy has some
That guy
sort of
knows
powers.
something.
I want to talk to him.
He's got some ancient magic shit going on.
Yep. And he's like, you want to see my fat chocobo?
I would always say
I was like, you
yes.
buy me a drink first, buddy.
Take me out to dinner first.
Meet me in the bathroom.
Ash claims the Dawn Shard and is met by a ghostly vision of Wrastler.
Yeah.
This is actually the Acuria, the gods of the universe, trying to convince her to do certain things because they want to be in charge.
It's pretty astonishing that the Acuria are not mentioned in games that happen after this.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tactics Advance.
Or even like Tactics.
They don't. You know why? Because the Acuria, because the Acuria are obsolete. They're kind of like, their power is dissipated, so they have no...
Oh, yeah, that's what the ending of this
no-
game
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It's basically like, we can't do this anymore.
Plus, there is there's a cataclysmic event that erases many of the races from Ivalice.
Right, yeah.
And Tactics Advance is so far in the future, it must be like a different region where the Bonga and the Numau and all of them come back, or the Numu, whatever you want to call them.
It's also about a competition where all combat is run by the judges.
I hate the judges in Tactics Advance. All of a sudden, they're actually just like soccer refs.
Yeah. I kind of dig
They
it.
hold cards up at you when you're in the middle of a battle. I'm like, I'm just trying to fight this tiger.
Stop.
And you're saying I can't use cure?
I like the rule system. It's cool.
It's weird, though, that the judges who are the badass judge, jury, and executioner are all of a sudden just soccer refs.
Yep.
Outside, the Leviathan and Judge Geese capture the party as Vossler has alerted them.
Betrayal.
On the Shiva, Vossler explains he thinks the resistance is lost, and he's doing this to try and save Dalmasca.
Trying to help you.
Help me get you killed, and it'll help us.
Yeah. Listen, you'll thank me later when you're dead.
The Dawn Shard is taken and the party's again captive. This is actually when Geese intends to use the Dawn Shard to take over the Empire. He places the Dawn Shard in the engine of the Leviathan. This is Fran's frenzy,
Dipshit.
causing her to berserk, breaks her shackles. You fight Vossler.
What a bitch.
The Dawn Shard explodes and destroys the entire fleet. Ash is able to reclaim the Dawn Shard from the blown up ship somehow. They don't really show that.
Well, yeah, because it's like they claim it like while it's in the air or something like that, right? Like,
yeah,
they're just like, hey, let's go back to that like glowing orb in the sky and.
Well, it's also really funny. It's just like being like, no, you know what? My car doesn't take gas anymore. It's just pure nitrous. I just put a giant canister on the side and it injects nitrous into my engine.
Well, Ash reclaims the Dawn Shard, contemplates, do I use this power? And this becomes Ash's primary driving force. Will she use the destructive power of the gods against her enemies? Or will she not use extreme like power and violence to subjugate her enemies?
It is a very difficult decision.
Very tempting.
Yeah. I actually really appreciate her character development around this point, probably the most, because she's very like reserved as a human being, and she is trying to be as political as she can with very little experience considering her age.
She's lawful good in that whole chart. She's like, she wants to do right in the best way possible.
She wants to be lawful good. She hasn't made that decision yet.
Yeah.
But at one point, Vaughn's like, what are you going to do? Do you even know how to use it? And she's like, Vaughn, shut up. And I've never liked Ash more.
And he's
Vaughn
like, but my brother.
She's got a little more important shit to think about than you do, asshole. You just want to be a sky pirate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vaughn tries to contribute, and she's like, please don't talk when I'm talking.
Yeah.
Vaughn.
Nails on a chalkboard.
And he's like, whatever, at least you're not in the sequel. And she's like, what?
And he goes, well, I'm Captain Bosch. And then he walks away. Yeah, we go back to... Well, we can do some side quest stuff if we want to here. In Rabanastre, Balthier will agree to help, but he wants Ash's ring as collateral. Mm-hmm. This ring kind of plays story moment later on.
It's her engagement ring, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And he's like, until I find something better, I will hold on to this. Mm-hmm. And there are optional espers. You can get Adremalek in the Zertanan Caverns, Zalera in the Barheim Passage.
Adremalek is my favorite summon in Tactics Advance.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. How so? Like, what about him?
Havoc. The fire. Wah. It's awesome. He just looks like the devil.
My favorite summon is Cuchulainn.
What one's that?
You get him in the Garam Scythe Waterway. He is the grossly obese, like demon with the big toothy smile.
Oh, that one's cool.
I did write down his lore because he was a scion created to rid the world of its impurities by swallowing them within himself, in opposition to Nabrialis the Majestic. The world, however, was filled with way more impurity and corruption than the gods even thought possible, causing Cuchulainn to eat too much impurity and just get bigger and bigger.
These gods suck, man.
Yeah.
He is now a hideous thing, a deity of filth, so he turned against his creators for making him eat the filth. Wherever his feet should fall, all life withers to dust.
That's pretty badass. It's
pretty rad.
That's cool.
Yep.
Who was Exodus's backstory? Do you have his? He's like the old man.
I probably
the old 38-year-old man.
I don't know if I have it, but who
launches a freaking meteor on you.
We'll when we get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was I know when I first played it, he was my favorite Esper.
But we do get suggested to go to Jahara, the land of the Gareth, by Fran, and this is the Native Americans of the world. If you're living in teepees and you have Native American patterns on your clothing, you're probably really in tune with nature and less technologically advanced. And wouldn't you know what they are?
Oh,
you do not know the workings of the stone. Then we are no different.
What?
In ages past, the gods made a gift of nethicite to my people. But the manner of its use eluded us. Displeased by our failure, the gods took back their stones. They chose instead to give them to a Yum king. called the Dynast King. He used the Nethicite's power to bring peace to a troubled time. Even if you knew how to use the Nethicite, you would find it of small avail. The mist collected in the stone over ages past is lost, and with it, the stone's power.
The elder says, yeah, we were told how to use those stones a long time ago, but we forgot, and that made the gods mad, so they gave the power to Wraithwall. And so Ash and Vaughn are having their little, like, speech about what they should do. It's like, are you seeing shit? I'm seeing shit. And Larsa arrives, and he's like, I'd like you to come with me.
Just always just shows up.
Well, I want you to come with me to Mount Ber Omases to see our Pope, the Grand Kiltus. Mm-hmm. And he also says, there's someone I want you to speak with. They're both an enemy and a friend. And then you proceed to walk with Larsa for the next, 3 hours, and he still doesn't tell us. It seems like you maybe should tell us who we're going to go talk with, especially when it's about political dealings and the future of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stringing you on a little.
Why are you giving us a riddle right now, Larsa? You're 12 years old.
At this point, you shouldn't even trust that kid to begin with. I wouldn't think anybody would.
I'm not going to follow a kid into the woods.
No,
Yeah,
Larsa protected Penelo. He made sure she didn't get in trouble.
Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
Larsa is a good guy,
But trust me, bro.
but he still works for the enemy.
Yeah.
And also, just tell us who we're going to meet.
No, just trust me, bro.
We do get a scene away from the party with Vayne. Disgraced by the destruction of the 8th Fleet, Vayne is called back to Arcadia. He begins to suspect his father, and the Senate will bypass him for emperor, giving the throne to his brother Larsa, whom the Senate sees as suspect to manipulation more than Vayne. The Emperor Gramus is sick because he's coughing.
That's the big sign.
Yeah.
Arthur Morgan, Red Dead 2.
It's got the tuberculosis.
He's going to die. I got the AIDS.
God damn
Got
it,
hepatitis.
I'm gonna die in a really sad way.
So what does Vayne do?
We don't know yet.
Oh, we don't know.
Something
Okay,
might happen.
yeah, something
He's
might
got
happen.
plans. He's sneaky.
I am the Senate.
Abolish the Senate.
We are going towards Mount Baromeses. In the Golmore jungle, we run into some Marlboros, which I do love. The cute little Marlboros.
I hate Marlboro so much.
I hate them in all other Final Fantasy
every
games.
other Final
I
Fantasy.
love little Marlboros. The big ones
Little
are
ones
usually
cute?
scarier.
Yeah.
The big ones are very scary.
But on the way there, we're stopped by magical barriers, and we must seek Fran's whole side story. Mm-hmm. Her whole character development will happen here in the Erite village. This is the village of the Vieira, and immediately everyone's like, you're not allowed to be in here.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here. We cast you out like a long time ago.
And Vaughn's like, I'm Captain Bosch, so I'm going to come in. And they're like,
Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
I'm not going to believe Andor's lies, so maybe it is him. Mm-hmm. And they let Vaughn in because he is Captain Posh von Ronsenberg.
It's a good reason.
Yeah.
They think that younger sister Mjörn might be able to help. However, Mjörn is lost in the Henna mines.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this is so Fran finds out her little sister is lost in the mines, and they're like, we got to go help her. And yeah, this is, we learned Fran willingly left her village, and she's lost her ability to speak to the trees because she got an iPad and started watching reality TV, and she lost her ability to understand.
This is what
trees.
happens when you watch the Kardashians 24/7.
I learned how to speak tree on Duolingo a while ago. I never got fluent.
Hey, Mjörn lives here, doesn't she? We're here to see her.
It is not allowed for humans to walk on these grounds.
We'll go as soon as we've seen Mjörn.
If you can find her.
We're not leaving until you let us see her.
I've heard the voice of the wood. She says Mjörn is not in the village. Jote, where has she gone?
Why do you ask? The wood tells us where she has gone. Or can you not hear her? You cannot. Your ears are dull from hearing their harsh speech, I think. Vieira who have abandoned the wood are Vieira no longer. Mjörn too has left her embrace.
And you forsake them in turn?
It is the will of the village. Viera must live always with the wood. So is the green word, and so is our law. Our sister has left the wood and gone west. She wanders warrens among men who hide themselves in clothes of cold iron. Thus to me has the wood spoken.
The Viera may begin as part of the wood, but the wood is not the only end we may choose.
The same words I heard 50 years ago.
The Hen of Mines is where I spent the most time grinding. Because the bats.
It's not even the bats, it's the flan.
It's the flan? Okay, right. For me, it was like the bats. I just basically stayed around those, bat infested areas and just, all right.
In the Hen of Mines, there is one room where you flip a switch that changes the doors and a bunch of flan drop in.
Yeah.
Now, you can set up your gambits to fight forever. At this point, there's 24 hours of the game playing without me.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you just let it happen.
You just set your gambits and you walk away.
Yeah, you walk away.
Set it to 4 times. The thing is, the flan will keep spawning, but if you kill them, eventually they know to quit spawning. If you cast break to kill them, that doesn't count as killing them, but it also gives you the experience and they disappear. So essentially just keeps casting break.
Oh, is that the strategy?
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know
I
that
never
one.
even figured, no.
Never figured that one.
So at this point, my characters
are level 60.
License boards are maxed out, and I can buy anything I want to. And most of the battles become fairly trivial. I should maybe not have done this because a lot of the challenge is gone, but the story's still good.
Well, and you mentioned this earlier in the previous episode where you said all RPGs should be set to hard. And I sometimes think the opposite. I think all RPGs should be set to easy because there's a more natural progression to you're the hero of the story. So that means you are one of the more powerful characters in the story to save the world, so to speak. So, when you set it to easy, it's like you're kind of given a cheat code of just okay, all right, I'm the most powerful person out there.
I think it depends on the tone of what type of story you're trying to tell alongside of it.
Yeah, if you're the hero that's hey, I want to do something, but I'm not quite there yet. Yeah, for sure. It's because some of these characters like Bosch and Balthier should ideally be maxed up because they have such a rich history of combat. And
could you imagine an RPG trusts you enough to when you get the Kingslayer 36-year-old, he's level 55 right away.
Right away, yeah.
That would actually make.
That's a tough balancing issue, but
that's kind of cool though.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
where he just knows a bunch of sword tricks and shit already, and maybe he's only leveled up in one class.
The thing is,
you can change him if you want.
Whenever you
get better benefits,
whenever you get that character, they immediately must take him away to not break the game. It's like when you get Sephiroth briefly, and he can one-hit kill dragons, and you're like, oh,
I still think you could balance it if you had the right combat system.
It's like in Tactics when you get Orlando.
Oh God!
And immediately, all other characters become not as valuable.
No, yeah. Wait, he's a calculator, right?
No.
What is he?
It's like a holy knight or something.
Orlando.
Yeah. You find Fran's sister Murin deep in the mines, acting strangely, holding a piece of manufactured nethicite.
No.
And possessed by a shadow with glowing eyes.
Oh. The Obscura.
We don't. Yep. The Acuria.
The Acuria.
Obscura is a good name for it, though.
When Murin drops the nethicite, it breaks, releasing her. Murin explains she left the wood to explore the world because she wants to be like her big sister, and Fran's like, yo.
Don't be like me.
Don't start watching Humans versus Hamsters on Netflix. Stick to the woods. And she was actually given this and asked to hold it to test its effect on a Viera. So this is the Imperials fucking around with the good tree Wookiees. The Viera then give the party Lenta's tears to pass through the barriers.
And she was told again, really, don't come back. You are not allowed back.
And Vaughn says, "How old are you, Fran?" And everyone's like, "God, Vaughn,
that's tacky.
You can't ask a woman
Vaughn. That's fucking tacky." And
he's like,
Penelo punches him in the stomach. Like,
shut! I'm Captain Bosch. Shut! I'm Captain Bosch. You need to sit down. You need to sit down.
we keep exploring. We go through the Paramina Rift, and we make it to Mount Baramaces, which is a refuge for anyone to come be safe. It is like if the church was wholesome and good, people would be allowed to come hang out here. We get to meet the Grand Kiltus, as well as Alcid Margrace. And Alcid is a Spanish-sounding fella.
What a nice young fella.
Imagine anyone who always has 3 or 4 beautiful women with him, and he wears sunglasses.
That's me.
It's
and the hair.
Almost. Except for the whole, like, cool sunglasses and the 4 women thing.
And hair.
And the olive skin.
Hair,
the
and the
skin.
accent. You have a very Midwestern accent.
Yeah, I do.
Hey, you want to talk about cheese?
Hey, babe.
My name is Alcid Margrace.
Mine's not that bad.
Compared to Alcid Margrace, it is.
But imagine if you met that guy in Final Fantasy 12. Hey, where are you going there? Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, geez. Sorry.
Oh, geez. Sorry about that.
Oh, shit. I really fucked this one. God damn.
Yes. So I put down member of the ruling family of Rosaria. He's not even the next in line. Larsa invited like the 3rd cousin to like come negotiate, and he's just I put sexy type guy. He has he has sunglasses. He's kind of like you.
Is he sleeping?
No, my child.
Whoa.
I do not sleep. I dream. For reality and illusion are a duality. 2 parts of a whole. Only the mirror of dreams reflects what is true.
Anastasis, your grace. I am
Lay
Ashelia.
down your words. Ashelia, daughter of Ramanas, I have dreamt your dream. Who better to carry on the Dalmascan line than she who bears the Dawn Shard?
Grand Kiltius, then give us your blessing. Grant the Lady Ash her accession to the...
I do not suppose this is something you might reconsider. My little emperor-in-waiting. You called and I have come.
This is the man I wanted you to meet. Believe it or not, he is a member of the noble house Margrace, rulers of the Rosarian Empire.
I am but one of very, very many.
Before an understanding can be reached by these different leaders, however, news arrives that Vayne had his father killed and has become emperor. The Senate is now dissolved, and he is the sole ruler. And Larsa's like, surely this is fine. It's a misunderstanding.
I do like his villain plan a little bit because he sets it up that the Senate was behind it. So he's just setting up kingslaying left and right.
Yeah.
He's holding the bloody sword, and he's like, the Senate left this sword here. I just picked it up.
And everyone is just too afraid to do anything about it. It sounds familiar.
But like something like America?
No, Fantasyland.
Gladiator?
That can't happen in America.
Ash decides that going to war with the Empire is the only way. As much has become apparent to Ondor as well, who has departed to assemble a resistance, stepping down as Marquis under pretense of ailing health. As long as Vayne holds the Dusk Shard, they have little chance of standing up against them. She needs to prove her lineage, and the Grand Kiltius tells Ash of another of Wraithwall's treasure, the Sword of Kings that can destroy Nethicite, hidden in the still shrine of Miriam, and that's where we head next.
I hold the musk shard.
Yeah.
Dude, Doge.
It smells strong.
Dogecoin, guys.
I always know when you walk in a
memes.
room.
Yeah, man.
The musk shard.
Yeah, it kind of smells like skunk.
I'm old Dylan, baby.
I got the musk shard.
I'm the most interesting man in Dalmasca.
Do you like my glasses? They hide my eyes. So you can't see how bloodshot they are.
In the still shrine of Miriam,
Damn, I drank too much last night.
we claim the Sword of Kings. So now we have a sword
Yeah.
that can destroy Nethicite.
Wait, I thought it was the sword of like treaty or something.
This is the Sword of Kings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the treaty,
Am I
the sword of
confusing
treaty
something?
is something else, or the treaty dag, whatever.
Treaty blade.
Treaty blade, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We find out though that Mount Bar-Amases has been attacked and is on fire.
No.
You
Vane's
set a
on
mountain on fire.
Vane's envoys the buildings.
Oh.
Judge Magisters Bergen, Zargabanth, and Gabranth were dispatched to pick up.
Sargabanth.
Zargabanth's all right.
It's a fun name. I like
Zargaboth.
it. I just like saying it. Oh, Zargaboth. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Zargabanth.
I don't know if it's much better than Zargabanth or Zargaboth.
I like Zargabanth. It kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it does.
They were dispatched to go pick up Larsa and capture Ash. Gabranth had Judge Zargaboth take Larsa to Arcades. An enraged Bergen killed the holy man Grand Kiltius Anastasis and bombed Mount Bar-Amases. The party confronts him and discovers he has been augmented by the power of manufactured Nethicite and driven mad.
Oh, no.
No.
Bergen appears with the shadow with glowing eyes, but despite his enhanced powers, we kill that fucker. His Nethicite-infused body explodes. Ash decides we are going to use the Sword of Kings to destroy the Nethicite, and we are going to destroy the Dusk and the Midlight Shards. We need to go to Arcades. And this is the longest stretch of the game where you go through many, many locations. Mosforan High Waste, Salica Wood, Fawn Coast, Cheetah Uplands, and the Sochin Cave Palace.
Yeah.
And you go through this pretty quick.
I really think this is a sweet spot of the game for me. This is where the gameplay and the exploration just kind of hits a sweet spot.
There's a clicking that happens in this space because my favorite part about JRPGs especially is exploring a new place.
Yeah.
So seeing a bunch of them all in a line where it's not constantly interrupted by a cutscene feels pretty good.
There's only one real cutscene that kind of comes into importance here, and it's when Vaughn and Penelo are talking about dancing and traveling and silly stuff. And Balthier's like, man, I fucking hate those guys.
Yeah, right.
But
He's
he
like,
looks,
I've got a lot of real problems, kids.
Yeah, right.
but he looks over to Ash and says, my father is actually Sid in charge of the Dracula Laboratory, and I used to be a judge.
Yep. Been trying to
a
forget
nobleman.
that, but clearly here we are. And Ash does the whole Japanese.
Vaughn's like, oh my God, it's water. And Balthier's like, my father is actually in charge of the enemy science lab.
Yep.
Do we
And
see
Penelo's like, Vaughn, don't splash.
Do we ever see what Balthier's armor looked like?
No.
No.
There was originally a flashback.
What was his actual judge name?
I don't know if they ever say it. His
he
real
said
name
it.
is Famrin. No, that's
Famrin, yeah, that was it.
That's his birth name.
Yeah, but I thought that was he went by Judge Famrin.
Good.
I think that was it because you can choose it, and so he went with finger licking good.
Yeah,
because he loves KFC.
Judge FLG.
Yeah.
Judge the Colonel.
There was there was originally a flashback scene of young Balthier with his father. It was cut. There was like you can see concept art for like a young Balthier. I don't think it needed to be there.
It didn't need to be there.
He was probably a very like you gain right away this idea that he is a sky pirate because he doesn't feel like he should exist within the bounds of shitty laws.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that him becoming a sky pirate and not showing his like judge uniform is actually kind of smart because I don't think he probably fucking liked it.
No.
He probably hated it.
Yeah.
And he probably did it to make his father happy.
Or was he forced to? That's how I gathered his backstory, is that he was kind of forced to live this life.
Yeah, he's a nobleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, and that's why a natural fit for him would be a sky pirate because, yeah, he wanted to break away from the mold and just kind of do his own thing, so to speak.
This seems like an opportunity for them to have Vaughn be a character. Maybe Vaughn finds out Sid was his father or something.
This is how we know Vaughn is a useless character.
Balthier doesn't need more character development.
No.
It all works and is great. But if Balthier was just a sky pirate that was just a cool dude, that's all I needed for him.
Yeah.
The fact that he also gets all of the great character beats besides Ash. Bosch, he's kind of he has moments with his brother at the end, but his character is kind of like steady but Balthier just gets interesting shit and moments and beats the whole time.
Bosch has the best ending in the game, in my opinion. If we're talking
Best
about
outcome, you mean? Or
like the pathos of his ending is really like bittersweet and interesting, and he just pretends to be another dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
which he'd been doing for a long time anyway.
Well, his
he's
brother
the most
pretended
honorable.
to be him, so they switch roles.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Poetically.
But Bosch got what he ultimately wanted in the end. He wanted to serve a noble cause, and obviously in the end, that's what he got.
He wanted to be his own master, choosing his masters.
Yeah, Balthier explains that his father went to go study in Yag Dafor, which we find out later was Girovegan and the Great Crystal. He encountered something and went mad, and he never was the same. Sid has been talking to nothing for a while.
Well, what Balthier thought was nothing.
Like Ash and Vaughn.
Yeah.
And Balthier warns Ash, don't let the power of the stone consume her like it did with his father. Mm-hmm. Just some good.
It's good. Pretty good advice.
It's good they kept the ghost people's secret.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, if you're seeing ghost people, you're not supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I talk about it all the time.
Keep this between us, okay?
Is old Dylan talking about the ghosts again?
Yeah. I saw my brother.
I saw a shadow man in a hockey
Sure you
ring.
did, old Dylan. Come over here.
Archades is a proper large city. The first scene's like whenever you go somewhere new, there's sometimes like that big shot
sweeping shot. Yeah.
Sweeping shot. Arcades is a giant fucking city.
Yeah.
And
it looks awesome.
Yes, it do.
I like the way that they show how big it is with giving you limited ways to explore. As far as exploring it, though, it sucks because they integrate this stupid chops system where you can't just pay for a taxi with money because I have hundreds of thousands of kill. I'll give it to you. And they're like, sorry, we only accept chops here. If you go tell a dude a story that someone else told him, you'll get a chop. That's a chop.
Hate it.
Hated it.
It is really stupid.
Yep.
And it shoots you in the foot. And it was worse in the original game, but it's not great here. We get in the Dracula laboratory, and you see just dead bodies everywhere in the style of Sephiroth in Shinra Tower.
Or even like Metal Gear Solid. Those are the vibes I got.
Dude, and there's this dude with like 2 machetes just running around. It turns out it's the coolest character in the game. His name is Redis.
Yeah.
Which is sadder backwards.
What?
Whoa. Holy cow.
I know, I don't want to.
Everything makes more sense now.
I just blew your mind. It's actually
Yes, it
Dracula forwards.
Did you know that Alucard is Dracula?
Did you know we actually we actually blew Tyler's mind with that information on one episode? I can't remember where it is.
I would love to have been there for that.
He's
Tyler
like,
didn't know.
Alucard? What? And I said, we were just like, we were talking because we were like,
yeah,
the
letters moving
backwards.
around in his head. You could actually see it.
Yeah, it's some beautiful mind shit that was happening, and it was
great.
really fucking
That's
funny. Because that's a thing that fucking like is easy.
I love that
to grasp, and I love it.
Redis is a bad motherfucker running around in the laboratory completely by himself. He's the ruler of Balfenheim, and he's cursed by memories of his terrible actions, formerly as a judge. We find this out later.
Much later.
His real name is Forrest Zecht. He had obtained the Midlight Shard, and under instructions of Dr. Sid, he used the full power of Nabudis on Nabudis, destroying the entire city.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so he's
He's got a lot of ghosts or skeletons in his closet.
He was told to use a nuke without understanding what would happen and destroyed an entire civilization, and he feels pretty bad about it.
Sounds like that could drive you mad.
Yeah, that would. Make you want to like disband your entire life and go be a sky pirate.
Dr. Sid is speaking with a phantom. We learn later it is Vana. He learns of, and we know that Vana is real because he talks with something he can't see, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, really?" And he looks over and he realizes Ash is Ash because something that the ghost told to him. So we realize he actually is speaking with some power. Vana is a member of the Acuria, objects to the Acurian method of controlling history, and wants to break free from the gods' control.
I love this idea.
On board.
Yeah.
Because then you understand that there is this higher power, like this group of beings that are higher power who are quarreling while you're doing all the human shit down below. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Big fan. On board with the villain.
Yeah.
At this point. But he wants to give the power to man as a means to control them. The problem is he wants to give all of the power of control to one man rather than be free of the gods. And that's not right either.
No.
He questions the right of the Acuria to dictate the destiny of Ivalice. Like I said, we're all kind of on board, and Ash wants kind of the same thing at the end as Vana, but
in a different way,
in like a more democratic method.
Yeah.
Vana does not control men as the other Acuria does, though, and he sees Dr. Sid and Vane as equal and friends, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Sadly, he seeks to overcome the Chosen by choosing his own, defeats the purpose. Vana meets Sid and Giruvegan and taught the Doctor how to make his own nethicite.
That boss battle was really hard.
Now, this is Sid with a Gatling gun.
With the Gatling gun, yeah.
You wanted to say something about this fight?
It took me a while to, like, the first time I played this, it took me a while when he summoned Fanfrit.
Yes.
When he summoned his Esper.
Yep.
And, like, it made Sid, like, completely invulnerable. And during the boss battle, and it took me a while to figure that out because I'm casting magic spells, I'm casting physical spells and stuff, because I thought, like, oh, if I kill him first, like, the Esper will go away, not realizing that I should have done it the other way around. So I wasted a lot of battle time.
You always you try to go for the human first instead of the big boss, because oftentimes in these games, the human character alongside the bigger one is the one you should take out first, because they might know, like, healing magic and heal like the boss.
Yeah.
It's logic.
It really is, yeah.
You were taught that by all the video games you've played in the past.
Yeah, and this was the one time where it was, like, completely the opposite, where it's like I should have destroyed him first, the Esper first.
Because then he just sucks.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
I did it wrong too. I kind of powered my way through it. Let's put it that way.
We beat Sid.
Yes.
And he says, I'm going to go to Giruvegan. And everyone's like, all right, we're going to go to Giruvegan too then.
All right.
Sid actually lying. He's not going to Giruvegan. He just wants us to go there.
Can I say one of the biggest reasons why I dislike Vaughn is actually at this end scene.
Oh, 'cause for me, it was the game.
Okay. But I would say this scene at the end where Ash was, like, hugely conflicted over what she should do. Because this is a turning point for her, a crossroads between, like, I could use the Sword of Kings and destroy this Duck Shard, or I could use the Shard to actually, destroy all my enemies and stuff like that. And here comes Vaughn, my brother, and it's like,
he's rubbing his nips hard.
Ash sitting here like in this moral conundrum in her life, and Vaughn's sitting here like, my brother, I want to forgive all my enemies.
He's just patting his belly.
Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
Like, I don't think about nothing.
Like, how fucking useless of a character are you that you literally just like, Ash is sitting here probably like, who the hell are you again?
I also
she looks over and not Fran, but Vaughn and Penelo are practicing somersaults.
It's always funny to me when characters, especially in JRPGs, are so mature for their age.
Yeah.
And I remember being a shithead 17-year-old.
If certain things are thrust upon you, Ash would be more mature for her age.
Absolutely. She would have already had, no, exactly.
Penelo, no way.
So Vaughn is believable in that way, but I don't think it fits within the context of whatever the fuck this story is.
Yeah, especially at that scene, because that context of what he was saying at the time, it was just like it was really just like a moment breaker for me, where it was like we had this like huge serious moment, and then here he comes with his little personal problem that has no bearing to this, moment that Ash is in.
Well, it's also like a lot of people in this party have lost people.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't seem to me that his motivations are as important as the other ones. Like,
not in the grand scheme of things,
country shifting like decisions aren't as
a loyalty breaking
bad as like your brother being dead. That
sucks.
Crazy, but
After this, we are in Balfenheim, and we meet Rickon, Elza, and Raz, who are like, I guess, Redis's homies. They're given like an importance that is not warranted. They're fine.
Yeah.
But Redis is now with our party for most of the rest of the game.
Yeah.
This is when you go do side quests, because you have a full fourth party member.
This is where you collect your espers.
And you do all of it. There's some notable hunts that I didn't bother. There's a lot of hunts. Sometimes you're fighting.
There's a shitload of hunts.
There's a bunch.
And I did quite a few of them my first run. If I had made it up to this point, I would have probably done more, because I do find them satisfying.
Mm-hmm. I did all of them until it got to like the final three. When they start getting obscenely hard.
No, I don't.
What was it? The large turtle? Was that the one that's like that could take like 2 hours straight to beat?
There's some really fun ones like that.
Yeah.
There's one where someone's like
the Adamantoise.
The Adamantoise. Yeah.
There's one person like, I had this little pet named Carrot, and it was actually a Marlboro, and it's trying to kill everyone. Can you go put my pet down?
No.
And I'm like, yes, I'll go kill Carrot for you.
Carrot.
I love it.
Yeah.
God damn.
There's one that requires you to fly the airships a whole bunch, because some kids, like, I told my parents I saw this demon when we were flying, and they don't believe me. And you fly like 20 times, and eventually it does show up. And the kid's like, I was lying, dude. This is crazy. You actually found one? There's some good moments in there, but
that is actually clever, though.
That's fun.
Cool.
You can find the Esper Zeromus if you go through the Necro Hall of Nabudis.
Zeromus is the final boss in Final Fantasy IV.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played 4.
Yeah. A lot of people haven't. It's one of my favorites.
The Esper Chaos is in Nabudis. Ultima, the High Seraph, you find in the Great Crystal. Mm-hmm. I put down Gilgamesh ! Though, because Gilgamesh fucking rocks
He's
here.
the guy.
Yeah.
He is the guy here. Gilgamesh is also voiced by John DiMaggio, and I don't know
in Rebirth, right?
No,
in Rebirth he's not voiced.
No, but he's voiced by him here. And
okay,
Gilgamesh,
I thought he was too there.
Has always been like the coolest character. That's like kind of, and he travels between games too. So
he's reality warping.
Yeah.
Yes, he has the Buster Sword. He has not the Gunblade, but he has one of Squall's weapons.
They're all Gunblades.
He has a Gunblade.
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah. He's got Zidane's.
He has the revolver
daggers.
of Squall. He has the Orichalcum from Zidane, the Brotherhood from Tidus. He has Odin's and Tetsukuken, and he has 2 copies of the Turnusol.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, he shows up, flies onto the bridge, and then falls over. Oh!
Well, Battle on the Bridge is a huge part of what Final Fantasy V is. That used to blow people's fucking minds. If you play
Probably
it
my
now,
favorite song in Final Fantasy, all Final Fantasy.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
All the iterations are great.
Yeah.
It's fucking so good.
It's so good.
And it's your only chance to steal the Genji armors, and accessories. There are different points of each battle. If you don't do it, you'll never get them. But it's great. You have to chase him to a different part of the Lushu mines, and eventually you get all the way to the back to fight him. And he leaves his sword, and then as you're leaving, you see him come back and grab it. He's played for comedic effect, but he's also a badass. Gilgamesh is...
He's truly one of the best Final Fantasy characters, if not only for the fact that he appears in almost every single one from 5 on.
What they do with him in Rebirth is my favorite.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I never did the side stuff because I found those mini games really bad.
It sucks that it's locked behind that.
I liked the first one where it was literally just hunting people down, and then it was just more battling, which is the thing I wanted to do the most.
Yeah.
And then they make me do really bad tower defense games.
Man, if I never do the side quests again in Rebirth, it'd be too soon.
I would say that Final Fantasy Rebirth, if they just let me play the actual game itself, would be my game of the year. Because that's not... I just found all those things very unacceptable to me, as I like video games that respect my time.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Final Fantasy 12 respects my time very well.
To me, though, I spent so long doing these side quests here, I lost the narrative thrust.
Sure.
I just finished Spider-Man 2, and I think that's got the best usage of time between, like, the side quests can all, like, happen fairly early and they're spaced out.
Right.
Well, and then the last 10 hours of that game, I had no more side quests, so it was just fucking
mainlining,
gorging on story. So good.
I'm intrigued by that because I actually found the first Spider-Man to be a little too full.
It made me do my...
Spider-Man 2 had so many like ridiculous fetch quests that reminded me of Assassin's Creed.
I gorged on them early.
Yeah.
And then I was through...
find the backpacks and shit.
Yeah, find the little spiders on the walls.
Okay.
But I got through it all early, and then it was just only story kind of later on. But
that's the way to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Just kind of knock it out right away.
Keep Redis, though. Get through your side quests, and then you're going to go through the Feywood.
What's his name again? What's his actual name? Redis? I think I wrote it down.
Zecht. Judge Zecht was his name.
Zecht, yeah.
But Redis.
His name is Jimmy Rocket. He lives over in the Bronx.
Hey.
Tell him Jimmy Rocket
I used to be a judge. I ever tell you?
You tell my man Gino at Gino's Subs, you say you know Zach.
So I might have killed the whole city.
It's fine.
Big deal. Who hasn't?
My name backward is sadder, and I'm sadder about that than you think.
I'm very sad.
I'm very sad here, very sad.
Not a day goes by.
Where's my gun?
Not a day goes by. I don't think about that whole city of people. There was kids there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sorry. We were doing bits. Yeah. Sometimes I just look at the gun. Sometimes I stare at it for like 3 hours, and I wonder.
Could I?
Every time I look at the sun, it reminds me of that day.
Could I do it?
And I stare directly at it. I say, I don't want to see things anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired of looking at things.
Just next time, I'm going to take the blue pill.
We go through the great crystal. I put down sucks. That is where every room looks the same, and navigating it is never easy. Some of the best spells and items and weapons are in that dungeon. Even with a map in the strategy guide, even with IGN or whatever
I hated
online guides, that sucks too.
Nope, can't do it.
Ash is spirited away, though, to an otherworldly dimension.
Ooh.
and she speaks with the Acuria, the actual Acuria, and they all look a little bit like Vana. They all speak in iambic pentameter, which was a decision by the localization, which I think is
Smart.
really interesting.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
And she even says at some point, like, isn't this kind of what Vana wants to do? And they fucking lose it on her. They like, don't mention him here.
They're just conceited.
Yeah.
They're conceited gods. They're basically aliens.
It's like, why not get fucked, bro?
They're kind of ancient aliens.
No, it's the old gods. It's the old religious.
The ones that lost
Yeah.
relevance in the real world. That like, yeah.
Reminds me of American Gods. Have you guys ever read that book?
No.
Was that the TV series too? Was that based off a series?
It's based off the
yeah.
book.
The shadows with glowing eyes are Acuria, beings that deem themselves the gods of Evilise for their immortality. They brand Ash their saint and the new Dynast King as they had Wraithwall before her. They give her the Treaty Blade to carve out new pieces of de-affected Nethicite so she can go to the Sun-Cryst and cut new pieces for more power. And that's how she can achieve power to destroy Arcadia and its benefactor, the rogue Acuria Vana. Vana has taught Dr. Sid the secrets to man-made Nethicite, undermining their power in Evilise as the true weavers of history. Ash is conflicted, but as an apparition of Wrestler grasps the blade's hilt, she follows suit and finds herself back in the mortal world holding the sword. At this point, we fly to the Reedirana Cataract and the Pharos at Reedirana. This is our final dungeon.
Dun, dun.
Fucking finally.
Yeah, right?
At this point, I'm like, I love the game, but come on. This
is where you speed run everything. It's like, all right, let's get this done.
This dungeon, unfortunately, is fucking long.
Yeah.
On the way in, Balthier says, hey, if I do something heroic and die, you have to take the ship, Vaughn.
Foreshadowing.
And Vaughn's like, look, I can make a yo-yo go up and down.
Fucking hate this guy. God.
And Penelo is practicing
Balthier's
blowing
like, you're
bubbles
ruining
with
this
their bubble
moment.
gum. Yep. And
Ruining this moment.
I guess Balthier's like, just fly it like I showed you. I was like, you didn't show us. Vaughn hasn't done anything.
There's no scene between them flying or him teaching him how to fly.
Right, yeah.
There's no Vaughn growing.
No.
It's him.
I hate this guy so much.
It's him talking about how cool his friends are, but never being cool himself.
Did I show you guys my vest?
Good Lord.
Do you guys like nipples? Mine are like the size of big pepperonis, not the small ones.
I bought it on sale.
I'm just really embarrassed.
Don't look.
But I also rub them for sexual pleasure.
Yes.
Oh, another hunt? Oh.
We are at the Readerana Cataract. The Sun-Cryst is housed atop the Pharos Lighthouse. We fight an Esper named Hashmal. Then there's a scene where they kind of like, let's talk about the themes of the game, where Redis is talking about all of his regrets for what he does. And Penelo actually has a moment about talking about like, we can't change the past. And I was like, who
are you? Who is she? Yeah. See,
The-
she had a redeeming moment. Vaughn didn't.
They have a moment though where they discuss explicitly how the past defines us and running from it or facing it and trying to you either accept who you are or you can never face yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And this all works for me. This dungeon goes on too long, but there are moments where Redis is talking about what he did and how Nabudis was destroyed, and all the characters do have these things kind of controlling them from their past. Balthier explicitly running from it. I don't know. This all worked for me. This like
it works. Yeah.
The regrets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it almost kind of makes me wish that Redis was introduced a lot earlier in the game. But
he could have been the main character.
Yeah, he could have been, because I think he probably had the most demons, in his closet in terms of what he did in the past. Balthier obviously having daddy issues, Ash, being obviously losing her, prince husband or something like that. But Redis, I think, had the most tragic story out of all of them.
I kind of like all of them because they're all kind of broken toys.
Yeah, for sure. They all have their traumas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Penelo and Vaughn.
Penelo actually seems like she was too young to actually understand what her station in life is.
There was supposed to be more scenes with her. They got removed. I don't know why.
Man, that's too bad.
Probably because it didn't test well.
Yeah.
The party finds the Sun-Cryst at the top and runs into Gabranth, who has been spying on Ash and her companions to discern.
I call him Gabby.
Gabby.
Ooh, Judge Gabby.
Enraged by the sight of Gabranth, the treacherous twin Gabranth attacks them, blaming Bosch for holding on to false honor. He's like, how dare you? How do you have more honor than me, you prisoner? He declares himself the true Kingslayer. He tries
I did what I had to do.
Gabranth does a lot to antagonize Vaughn, and Vaughn has some moments where even he's like, I'm not going to, I can't change what Vaughn has a moment where he's like, I can't change what happened to my brother, but you can change.
That was the moment where I was like, where I thought when I was mentioning it earlier, that was the moment that I was referring to, where it's like, who, get out of here.
Vaughn almost has a moment there.
Yeah, but
it's
he
not
didn't.
earned.
Vaughn is so much like Titus, though.
Yeah.
That's another problem I had. I'm like, what? Just another blonde kid in skimpy outfits?
Yeah.
At least Titus talked.
Mm-hmm.
He also laughed.
Yes.
He laughed very hard.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. I practice that quite often.
Wrestler's
Sometimes I do it to my dog.
Wrestler's apparition shows up, and Ash slashes the apparition and says, I'm not going to be controlled by the past, and you're not
Sick,
Wrestler. Dude. I'm no false saint for the Akiria to use. And you fight Gabranth, you fight Sid, you fight Famfrit. And in this scene, he is defeated, but asks Vana to reintegrate the pieces of de-affected nethicite to the Sun-Cryst that begins to spill mist over Ivalice. Sid asks Vana to reintegrate the pieces of de-affected nethicite to the Sun-Cryst and begins to spill mist over Ivalice. Vana attempts to defend Sid, but he asks for it to step aside. Sid knows his time is up. And speaking to Balthier one last time, he walks into the mist, and Vaughn and Ash both try to destroy the Sun-Cryst, but it's too volatile. Redis takes the Sword of Kings and has a fucking super Chad moment. Charges in, reveals his true identity as that of Judge Magister Zect, who had unwittingly destroyed Nabudis, and
F in the chat. F in the chat.
Sacrifices himself to destroy the Sun-Cryst, with the others escaping on the Strahl. At this point, if you want to go get Ultima and Zodiark or fight the super boss Omega Mark 12, you can. The Sky Fortress Bahamut, many scenes, many battles. They penetrate both the Resistance and Imperial fleets. They dock the Strahl and the Bahamut to stop Vayne before the conflict will destroy Rabanastre. Gabranth arrives again. Gabranth fights you, has a change of heart. Bosch and Gabranth have some good moments. He pleads his brother to his brother said, there's nothing left. I don't deserve to be called Noah anymore. And Bosch says, why don't you just try and live and redeem yourself? There's still time for you to be a good person, which I believe in redemption.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Gabranth stands up to Vayne. Larsa stands up to Vayne. Vayne goes John Cena.
Yeah. John fucking Cena.
I think it's a pretty half-baked transformation. It's
really dumb.
It's like
it's
the
wild.
Joker
Yeah.
in Arkham Asylum.
Where all of a sudden he turns into a giant, 80-foot tall monster.
The monster, okay.
Yeah.
But when he just rips his shirt off and he has double muscles, that boss battle is dumb.
Yeah.
Vane limps away onto onto the outside cannon superstructure and calls for Vana. The Akiria have lost their influence on Ivalice's fate, so Vana's like, we did it. And then we're going together. So Vana joins with Vane, who can now summon all the metal in the world to his arms.
That's wild.
And there's a final boss battle.
Yeah.
With the Undying. Vane is defeated, explodes into a cloud of mist, taking Vana to the grave with him. All the Akiria are now gone. The party has won. Sadly, the Bahamut is still crashing. Balthier says, don't worry, we got this. You guys take the stroll and get out of here. Balthier kind of wants to go out. You get this
a blaze of glory, yeah.
He feels like it's his time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Balthier somehow with one wrench is fixing this whole airship, which that part I'm like, I know how wrenches work, dude.
Yeah.
Fine. R2-D2 can just, like...
Just zap something.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's like, oh, we got control of the Death Star.
He just sticks his little wiener in something, spins it around, and all
his
of a sudden...
little wiener.
R2's little dingle.
Woo! Woo!
Balthier does manage to prevent the ship from crashing into Rabanastre, but it looks like he's blown up with it. They don't hear from Balthier for like a couple years.
It's like 6 years later at the end of it, isn't it?
We get a big epilogue, and there's this character we haven't been introduced to yet called Penelo.
She's wandering around the markets. I remember.
She's been the hero this whole time, guys.
She has a much better outfit than she's had her entire story.
For sure. Better hair.
too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the first thing I noticed. Like,
I was like, oh, your hair
her
actually looks okay.
She's writing a letter.
I'm like, oh, you don't
that was
look
not
like
scripted. That was
you
not
don't look
scripted.
like a little girl dork.
Yeah, right.
She's writing a letter to Larsa saying things are good. Ash misses Bosch, but whatever.
Whatever.
And he's like, Vaughn, you learned how to somersault.
Finally.
When we still think Fran and Balthier are gone, and then the straw is missing, and they find Ash's ring there, which is all they needed to do. That's fine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But there's also a note written by Balthier, which I'm like, takes some of the coolness factor away from it.
Yeah.
I don't need any of that. But Ash is now ruler. Balthier and Fran survived, and surely nothing else will happen in the sequel. Do you want to talk about the sequel, Dylan?
I've played all of 10 minutes of it.
Revenant Wings?
Yeah. This is the sixth game, Final Fantasy XII, to receive a perfect score from Famitsu. IGN listed it as the second greatest game in the series behind Final Fantasy VI.
Interesting.
Wow.
In July 2007, Edge Magazine placed it as their 8th in their list of the top 100 games of all time. It was the highest ranking Final Fantasy game, only one to appear in the top 10. In March 2009, Edge Magazine placed it in the 25th in their list of the top 100 best games to play today. There's some endgame content if you care. There's a trial mode with 100 stages. The Sky Pirates Den for your achievements.
Mm-hmm.
Fun to look at. Never something I cared about.
This is wild that it was so critically praised, but I don't think sold very well comparatively to a lot of the other ones.
It didn't sell the big numbers they wanted it to. I think it's got a little bit less marketability, and it's just fucking weird.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that there was no strong, open protagonist that, people can identify with, because in this moment, it's like the story was all the characters. Granted, Vaughn is like the centerpiece of the whole thing, but he wasn't a strong character that everybody identified with. Everybody that you talk to that has played this game has said, "Oh, I like Bosch. I like Balthier. I like Princess Ash." So like you had a lot of people's different perspectives on like how they enjoyed the game and why they enjoyed the game that made it so great that you didn't have the typical like Final Fantasy strong protagonist that. With Titus, with Cloud, with Squall, with,
that had
lightning.
So much pathos and development, and they changed.
Yeah, and everybody focused, the story was focused around that one character versus with this one, the focus was a lot of the story, a lot of the backdrop, a lot of things happening in the background that really kind of altered the course of, the group's next steps.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, shit. They just invaded, so now this is going to alter what we do next.
Personally, this is my favorite main numbered Final Fantasy game. I do rather enjoy Remake and Rebirth for FF7, but I like the big swings this takes, and I like the controversial changes to the battle system. To me, a lot of this really works.
I really wish we got another one with the Gambit system. Like I said, I loved it so much to the point where it was like, you could just like really, granted, it takes a lot of the fun out of it because you want to have an engaging battle system, but sometimes it's like battles can be so complex that, sometimes you just want to have just like, I just want the game to kind of play itself.
Well, I also think that this game, it was in the era where people were trying really hard to move away and become more mainstream with whatever the hell they were doing.
Yeah, they wanted to move away from like the standard turn-based battle system.
And Square Enix has been following that example ever fucking since, without listening to what the fans might actually want.
Yeah. Which is why you think Metaphor has become popular, you think?
Yes. Well,
the
it's
return to form?
I mean, it's basically a Persona game. Mm-hmm. The reality of it is that system works.
Yeah.
It works very well. This Metaphor is different from Persona in a few ways, but in a very critical sense, it is exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Calendar system, the same type of combat, but you have 4 party members, and it's all about exploiting weaknesses. It's turn-based. You have time to choose these things.
Yes.
And people want that.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's boring. The people making it think it's boring.
Yeah.
And they think it's boring because they don't think they'll be able to sell enough if they keep going with that kind of attitude.
Yeah.
When the truth is, Metaphor already sold, 2 million copies? For what that budget was for Atlas, that's insane. And I have to wonder, what are they actually thinking when they think of mainstream appeal? Because I have a feeling they're misjudging what people are actually in an RPG for.
Mm-hmm. They want
safe.
Numbers. They're being very safe.
They want numbers. They want customization. They want, I don't know. I'll speak for maybe everyone in the room by saying, I like this kind of shit.
Yeah.
I love Final Fantasy XII. And when it moved away, I was like, now I'm just watching numbers appear on screen to represent decreasing enemy HP or my HP, and I don't have to think a lot anymore.
Yeah.
It's shitty.
Well, luckily, there's more Final Fantasy XII to discuss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
DS.
Balthier was playable in Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions, the soft remaster of Tactics.
I played as him. Yeah.
Vaughn and Penelo were playable in Final Fantasy Advance 2. Vaughn was playable in Dissidia eventually. There was a canceled sequel called Fortress. Fortress would have been a third-person action game for the PlayStation 3 and maybe the 360.
Oh, we could have had another Dirge of Cerberus, guys.
It was considered to be similar to Dark Souls, Devil May Cry, and Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh boy, which means it wasn't as good as any of them.
Yeah.
Play as Bosch. Boss fights were a major feature of the game, and the game story was planned to span over 8 in-game seasons or 2 years, with a giant boss per season.
Wow.
One boss entailed crunching through an army, marching up to a fortress, with another involving enemies freezing the sea and walking across the ice to climb the walls, with players running out onto the ice to beat them. Massive siege machines. Big war game, third-person action game.
Actually sounds all right.
There would have been an initial romance between Ash and Bosch, but towards the end, she would have developed feelings for Larsa, while Bosch was engrossed in the fight.
Ooh, that's weird.
There's a big age gap there. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Revenant Wings, though, released 2007. 1 year after the events of the game. I only have 2 paragraphs for the story, so bear with me. Well, it involves the Gria, a dragon-like humanoid race, small bodies with dragon wings, a tail, and horns. Mm-hmm. A year after saving Dalmasca, Vaughn and Penelo embark on a treasure hunt on the sky continent of Lemures, where they meet Lloyd, a winged eagle.
Yeah.
The eagle were isolated in Lemures, trapped by ancient crystals set by their former leader, Falthanos, to shield them from the gods of Ivalice. As sky pirates invaded Lemures for riches, Vaughn's group joins Lloyd to stop the Judge of Wings, a mysterious armored figure bent on destroying the Auroliths which sustain Lemures.
I hate this.
Vaughn and friends discover that the Judge is Medea, a full Viera under Falthanos' control, fueled by the need for anima, spirit energy, which he drains from the Aegeal. With allies Fran, Balthier, Queen Ash, and Bosch, they confront Falthanos in his fortress and ultimately free the Aegeal by destroying the Auroliths, which releases Lemures from its bond to the sky. Lloyd leads his people to a new life, while Vaughn and his friends return to Ivalice. God, I hate that.
I mean, the gameplay was fun.
The gameplay.
I heard the gameplay.
The gameplay was fun.
It looked
good
cool.
Touchscreen. Good
Yeah.
touchscreen. Yeah.
Good use of the touchscreen. Like RTS kind of battle systems work well with the touchscreen.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
even when you consider like Phantom Hourglass,
Yeah.
stuff like that always works fantastically if you implement it correctly. I have no problem whipping out a stylus.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
And it worked,
Yeah.
like I said, it worked really well with, moving your characters across the board, and then like obviously, depending on what attacks you were doing, it worked really well. And the stages were designed pretty well to the point where it's like this stage itself was, the enemy that you were, fighting against, so to speak, besides just the enemies. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics on the iPad is the killer app for the iPad, in my opinion. You get like the Apple Pen.
Oh, when you have the Pro, it all looks really bad.
Not a pineapple pen?
Oh, just like the regular iPad for me. Being able to tap the squares though.
The pixelation was so large that you couldn't actually tell what was going on for me because I have a larger iPad. And so when I got the game, I'm like, hell yes, Brad was talking about this. And I'm playing it and I'm just like, this doesn't look very good.
Too big of an iPad.
Hey, I need it for drawing.
I should try this. I've never played the Tactics games.
Tactics 1, Advance is good. I prefer Tactics though.
Advance is the way in, I would say. Advance is the one you should start with. And then I would go maybe to Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation. War of the Lions, actually, it's a lot better. But then maybe do Final Fantasy Tactics A2.
Okay.
So FF12 took place in the year 706. Revenant Wings happened a year later. Between that and Tactics A2, Luso is transported to this timeline. In the year 800, the Cataclysm happened, which wiped out most of the non-human races and destroyed much technology, including airships and a lot of the newer technology, which is why Tactics doesn't have those. Saint Ajora, a false savior referenced in Tactics, seems to be from around this time. There was a coming paradise and a plague. She was possessed by Ultima and executed by the church. In the year 2000, so 1300 years after 12, is when Tactics happens.
Wow.
The remaining Scions of Darkness seek to revive Ultima. Balthier gets transported here somehow. After that, at some point, is Vagrant Story. 400 years after Tactics, Eraslam Durai reveals the truth of Saint Hajora, the scriptures of Germanique, and the war through writing, which is where we experience Tactics. And the modern age is when Tactics Advance happens. We don't know if this is just a storybook written about Tactics or you get transported there.
So you start the game out as a little boy named Marsh, and you have a disabled friend called Mute
Randall.
Okay.
Mute Randall. And you're transported to this other world through a storybook. It's kind of like, it's very childish, but like literally the tutorial on fighting is a snowball fight.
Okay.
This makes sense to me, is that it's only a fantasy world because there's Bonga, Vieira, and the Numu, which to me, that this is just like an old book that was found and you transport there through imagination, because otherwise those races are very much all gone.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Tactics Advance 2 happens 20 years after that, and then someone gets transported back in time as well.
It's still another,
That's all I got.
Wow, that was it?
What a saga.
I know. I could have taken more notes.
Yeah.
You didn't have to.
No, that was perfect.
We do, though, need to rank this game.
Oh, yeah. Now, Stoy, you're the mystery element in this. You have the power to make this more awkward.
Okay.
Now, if you haven't played the game, you can't vote.
Okay. All right.
Final Fantasy VII Remake or Final Fantasy 12?
12. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 10 or Final Fantasy 12?
12.
Final Fantasy 7 for the PlayStation 1. I'm just using Final Fantasies for reference. FF7 for the PS1 or 12? I go 12, but it's close.
I'm going to go 7.
I'll do 7.
I'm going to go 7, yeah.
God of War Ragnarok or Final Fantasy 12?
12. Nobody else answered.
I'm going 12.
Okay.
I'm going 12. Yeah.
So that puts Final Fantasy 12 at number 27.
Not bad.
Not bad. All right.
And it is below Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8, and FF7 Rebirth. Number 1 still being Bloodborne, and number 62 still being Kingdom Hearts.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay. What's number 2 by chance?
Oh, give him the top 5.
Yeah, give me the top 5.
Give us the lowdown.
Yeah.
Number 1, Bloodborne. Number 2, Kentucky Route Zero.
Oh, okay. I just started playing that, actually.
Enjoy.
Yeah, because based on your recommendation.
It's good.
It is a very, very unique game.
It's an experience.
Yes.
It's the most artistic game that I would ever want to play.
I agree.
Yeah.
Number 3, Death Stranding.
Okay. I don't like that game. I just don't.
You just haven't done it enough.
I know. People are like, you haven't experienced it enough. I'm like, I've experienced as much as I can.
I didn't like it either. That was my top 5.
Until it clicks.
I guess, but I guess I was playing it for a long time and waiting for it to really click. But
It does
anyway,
click. Eventually.
I bet it does.
After chapter 3 is when, I swear to God, it completely changes.
Okay. All right.
Baldur's Gate 3 is 4, and Hades is 5.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we did all right.
Yeah. That's a good top 5.
It's not bad.
It's a very good top 5.
Now we have to do Earthbound.
Somehow Balatro is 37.
Wow.
It's because you barely consider it like a game. You consider it a lifestyle.
It's different.
Yeah. It's more of an experience, it sounds like.
It is kind of an all-encompassing, horrible thing.
Yeah.
Do you agree with our list? Please let us know by reaching out to us on any of the social medias. We're moving more to Blue Sky and away from that shithole that is X.
I just got on Threads.
Threads is there as well. Blue Sky is the new hotness.
Okay, all right. I feel because I just got on Threads. And I'm like, now I'm hearing about this Blue Sky thing. And it's like, I don't want to keep hopping over.
Let's let the shithole that is X be the shithole that it wanted to be the whole time.
Yeah, right. I'm just glad I'm, kind of focused away from X anyway. So
yeah.
But if our listeners wanted to check out your podcast, Doy, how could they do so?
It's Retro XP, and that's all like no spaces or anything like that. Like if you type Retro Space XP, you won't find it, which I didn't realize that because I think I was talking to someone about it and he searched it on Spotify and couldn't find it. So Retro XP, all one word, so to speak. I talk about retro video games, new releases in terms of remasters and stuff, and then kind of talking points around the retro space. I did a Castlevania kind of retro timeline because apparently there's an official timeline.
Yeah.
And then
we've gone through it.
Yeah, I know. I think I remember going through part of it with you guys.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I did kind of like my own little version of it, quicker version. But yeah, and then obviously the Xbox Series X being the best place to play retro games. So prove me wrong.
I agree.
I'm on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks again for joining us.
It's glad to be here.
Yeah.
I'm always having fun here.
Yeah, we should have you back for the Dogcast next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And special thanks to our Patreon executive producers, Ryan Christianick, Kip Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Phil Just Phil, Bryant Ross, Kelly Gutowski, Justin Melly, and Imagine Wagons 69420. We appreciate your support, and for access to episodes early, access to our Discord, access to so many wonderful things, check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. I'm
cool
Captain
sound effect.
I'm Captain Bosch.
No, you're not.
I'm one of those gods.
Well, I'm the leading man. Well, I'm Captain Bosch, dude. That's all I have to say to both here.
I'm a god who apparently can't have god powers anymore.
And
that's how it feels for me.
And I'm John Cena.
And I'm John fucking Cena. You can't see me right now.
I'm Johnny Rocket.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a sub. A hoagie.
Goodbye.
Bye.